Founded in 2042, the city of Mondstadt is the current largest human self-sufficient colony on the lunar surface. It currently houses over 15,000 people, and the population is still growing rapidly. Just 8 years ago, the Phoenix district was created to house even more civilians, as the recent climate crisis on Earth has brought more and more people to the moon.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
The Seagull district was built first. This was built as a start with tall and slim buildings in order to fit as many people as possible and allow for more work to be done at the beginning. After the construction of the fusion reactor, the first aluminum drill, and some water mines, the dome was expanded to its current size. Then, the Singularity Dome was built in 2051. With this proof of concept, the investors were quick to invest. This resulted in the building of the Eagle and Owl domes, both of which completed construction in 2016. The economy is mostly based on materials that are much more common on the moon, such as aluminum, helium-3, and precious metals. There is also a shopping center in the middle dome nicknamed the Singularity. This dome is where people can go and purchase common goods and everyday essentials. It has a supermarket, multiple clothing stores, including designer brands such as Yikes, as well as some of the best entertainment you will ever experience. Gordon Ramsay's 3 Michelin-starred restaurant, The Lamb Sauce, is top-rated even by Earth standards. With a chart-topping traveler rating, the Singularity is one of the best places to visit. There are many jobs in Mondstadt comparable to those found in a normal city. While some jobs, such as electrician, may need special training, almost anyone could apply and work in Mondstadt should they want to. As the initial recruitment for workers in Mondstadt, it was particularly hard to convince a team of nuclear scientists and engineers to develop a fusion reactor for the moon. After some convincing, we managed to hire a team of German nuclear scientists who ultimately built one of the most powerful fusion reactors ever. For normal day-to-day transportation, Mondstadt citizens are often found using segways and electric bikes. It is also common to see people walking, as it is quite convenient in the lower gravity. This allows quick travel to current domes and allows us the option of adding more domes in the future. In order to build effectively on the moon, we need to research materials that are common and relatively easy to obtain. After some research, we found our solution: northite. Northite is the main resource we use in order to establish a community. While it is not very common on Earth, it is very common on the moon. It contains silicon, aluminum, calcium, and oxygen. This lets us mine common moon rock, which contains a northite, and extract the individual elements to create glass, aluminum, and pure oxygen. Glass is made from silicon, which is then infused with lunar dust and regolith to protect from radiation. This is also quite strong, as recent glass-making technology has allowed us to produce glass extremely resistant to meteorites. For additional support and to build most buildings, we use aluminum, which is another part of a northite. Another additional benefit of this process is the oxygen that is left over. This is completely clean oxygen and is how we decided to provide oxygen to the people. Soon after the building of the fusion reactor, the research potential on the moon was realized and quickly acted upon by multiple space agencies fighting for the best real estate near Mondstadt. Both the North American Space Agency and the Canadian Space Agency pooled their money together for a prime spot near Mondstadt. This now houses both a moon-based scientific library and launchpad for future missions. One of these being a Mars lander was launched from the moon. This will allow for quicker mission times and open up the possibilities for Mars space base in the near future. Along with that, we have, in the last 38 years, learned so much about the moon and faster than ever before, thanks to the dedicated scientists willing to give up their comfortable lives at home and move to the moon, over 384,400 kilometers away. Oxygen extracted from the northite ore is recycled by the genetically modified algae which is grown for food. Power is generated mostly by the fusion reactor, which uses helium-3, which is plentiful on the moon. The reactor works by heating and pressurizing plasma with super strong electromagnets to induce fusion. It will release heat, which is then captured using a coolant, which will expand and rotate turbines. The turbines will be connected to a generator to produce electricity, and the coolant will be cooled down and pumped into the reactor again. Water recycling will be done by small recycling centers which vaporize the water and condenses it back into liquid form before returning it to circulation. Anything left over can be recycled or used as fertilizer. Genetically engineered algae is planted on a massive scale to support the city with reliable and renewable source of food. The grown algae is transferred into factories which air fry them and make them into nutrition-rich algae bars with artificial flavoring. We also grow potatoes and soy plants in the same hydroponic facilities. Mining is done by 6 drills. These mine for anorthite, which gets sent to the smelter, where oxygen, aluminum, and silicon is produced by splitting the ore into its chemical elements.
The Mesa. Houston has that field.